So, hello learners. In last video, we have just learned about the Terraform validate and Terraform refresh command. So, in this video, we will be checking more about Terraform, like Terraform output. As we have learned, we are checking a lot of output commands from our first session, like this. If I show you my old videos or project. So you will see a lot of this kind type of command. But how we can use these commands from our main GitHub or main repository or any kind of main different providers this way, right? So suppose we are inside our this main.tf right now, where our repository code is here. Let me brief you the last session that we have created a Git repository with the name DevOps with Dev and DevOps with Dev 1, right? So we will be looking more about this today. Suppose we do have a task of output, means we need to define we need to print output of something which is already created or which is linked with that, right? So you can write this way: output and value of output will be Terraform output. This will be our main heading, which will give our output. Note that these repositories are already created there in our GitHub, right? So now we want some value from GitHub, the values which are already there, right? So let me show you some values from there. Terraform, GitHub. Okay. So inside this, let's open this one only. Right, these are the GitHub providers. See, there are some data sources. Just click on this data sources. There are a lot of data source available, right? You can click any data source, which source you want required according to that. So let's click on that GitHub repository only, repositories maybe, right? Search for this attributes. You will find this attributes, lot of attributes there. Suppose repos ID name. Let's click on GitHub repository only. See, lot of attributes are there. Means you can grab or you can print output from these values, right? Let's suppose, let me show you some this. Suppose I want SSH clone URL that can be provided to git clone to clone the repository by SSH. We want output of this, means we want that repository output with this one. We want output SSH clone URL of that repository, right? As we already know that there is some URL, a clone URL, which are required to clone our repository to our current directory structure. So for that, we need that these URL. So without knowing what will be without checking the URL, you can also check from this attributes, right? Lot of attributes are available. So in value, you need to define this way. Means suppose we want a attribute for our second resource, second repo. So you need to print like this. This value, GitHub repository. Then after that dot, then second repo name. Then after that, at the end, we need to provide value. Which value we need it? We want SSH clone URL. Let's write SSH clone URL, and that's it, right? Let me save this and let me run Terraform plan. Now see output. Maybe some issue is there. Maybe let me open this. Okay, I think it's not copied from there. So value is SSH clone URL. I think I just forgot to copy. Maybe copy issue is there. So SSH clone URL and paste. Yeah, I think it would be fine. Now Terraform plan. Okay, yeah. See one thing. Terraform output is GitHub ts. This is our URL, right? Output, right? If you write this Terraform plan, it's already there. Terraform apply. Now see what will output come. And yes, then it will say Terraform output is this. Also, you can see this output inside your Terraform state file, tf state file. See, when you scroll down, you will find this URL, HTTP clone URL or HTML URL. Lot of URLs are there. There may be a output section there. See this one, Terraform output. Got it? We got this value, right? Okay. Now, suppose I want to change something here also. Means instead of this, I want also a different output. Let me copy these three lines. 3yy, paste it here. So now Terraform Terraform output one. We want another output, and we want this time suppose uh anything, means node ID or repo ID, SVN URL, anything, the required ID, anything. So let's take example of um, default branch. Let's take an example of default branch. We need a default branch. What will be the default branch there? So just you need to change that value here. Default underscore branch. Yes, this would work. Just run Terraform plan and see warning depreciate attribute. Okay, this uh, attribute I think is depreciated, means it's not available. Right. Okay, no issues. We will be looking. We will be checking more things like maybe this time topics. The list of topics of the maybe topics would work. Okay, let's check for topics. Let's see if topics may not get depreciated. Yeah, Terraform output. There is no topic there. That's why no output is there. Right. So now let's check for more thing like no private visibility. Let's check the visibility. Right. Let's check this. Is this repository is private or public? Visibility. Suppose we want that we need to check our repository is public or private. So we can run by this only. So visibility, do you mean visibility? Okay, means visibility. Okay, spelling mistake is there. Visibility. Terraform plan. Let me check what will happen right now. Yeah, Terraform output one public. As we already know, our repository which are created in GitHub are public. That's why it's showing public. If you write the Terraform apply, you will find this output in Terraform state file. So this way you can print output, required output which are created, right? See Terraform output, and you can also check in Terraform TF state file. See Terraform output one value is public, right? So this way you can print your required output which needs to be printed, right? So that's all for this video. Thank you. Bye bye.